La 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 la. La 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 la. She really hates him. It's really true.
We're like turning into twins.
Are we testing? 1, 2, 3, testing. We're twins now, Bonnie said.
Ew.
Welcome to My Wife Hates Me.
Oh my God.
What? Look, hey.
This is embarrassing.
Why? I like it.
Why are we twins?
Well, I'll give you another hat. I just want to, before we get started, thank this company, Grunkdolfers, grunkdolfer.com.
Grunkdolfer.
Yeah, Grunkdolfer instead of drunk golfer. Grunkdolfer.com. At isn't this a cool hat though?
Yeah.
At Skankfest, they were there with golf clothing. So I first went over to their booth, and there were a couple of girls and 2 guys, and I had to explain who I was. But as I'm there, everybody's walking by, hey, can I take a picture with you? So they gave me a couple of shirts, or 1 or 2. Then later I went by, the owner was there, and he loves you and I. He's a big fan, and he's like, hey, take whatever you want, this and that. And I did take a couple of shirts, and I gave them to Steve and Dennis, my friends out there, my golfing buddies. So he gave me a couple more shirts, but these hats are so cool. Like, okay, the guy's drinking, which I don't promote alcohol, but I can just say it's iced tea, right? If people look at it and go...
I'm going to just tell you something, and I hope that this doesn't shatter your illusion of reality, but...
What?
That's not a real person. That's just a hat.
Yeah. And the guy... I know it's not a real person, but is it...
What do you mean you don't promote drinking? That's what we're doing. When we're going to a club, what do you think we're really selling? We're selling alcohol.
No. The
Yeah.
club is. I don't sell alcohol. Anyhow, the clothing... Listen, I need 2 more hats. I don't need any more shirts if you're listening. Grunkdolfer.com. And this isn't a paid read. I'm just thanking
Well,
them.
thank God, because it's terrible.
Why is it terrible? I said nice things.
I know,
How is
but
it terrible?
just keep, because you're like, he's drinking. I don't promote drinking.
Well,
It's
no.
called Grunkdolfer. They're pretty big on drinking over there. They kind of love it. They've used it as their logo.
And it's
they
still-
called the place Grunkdolfer.
Not the place, the product.
The product. I mean, they're into it.
Yes. And
They're
this is
into it. So,
Well, a
so
lot
for
of-
you to be like, hey, listen, this is
What?
drinking I'm not into, but I love. You're caught in the crossfire right now
I'm not
between.
going to crossfire.
Yes, you are.
I like their clothing.
This is you want to put Rich in a terrible situation. Give him free alcohol. He doesn't know what to do. He can't.
I'll give
His
it
head.
away.
Poo 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 poo. You know what he did at the airport? Do you want to put that away? Are you done with
2 more hats.
Grunkdolfer?
That's all I need. No more shirts. Grunkdolfer. Thank you. I'm going to even keep it back here for the rest of the podcast because you're Emmy. You never brought back down your Emmy.
That's right.
You got to bring it back down.
I need the
fulfills-
universe to know I need another one.
Okay, what did I do at the airport? Let's hear this.
Well, he's caught himself in the situation. I can't wear my hat like that. That's crazy. Please, why do we have to look identical? It's like, dogs and their owners start to look the same.
So bark.
So
Get it?
obviously Rich loves free stuff, even when it doesn't align with his values.
But I still like that hat. I'll wear it. People go, is he drinking? I'll go, yeah, lemonade.
Oh God! The fact that you've laid up in bed thinking about like, well, how can I get around this?
I
This is
didn't
what I'm
like
talking
it,
about.
but the guy gave me that idea. And he works out of his garage.
Obviously, we're not going to get. I'm speaking now to you, people who get it, who understand what I'm saying. He has an issue. He's very strong opinions about things. Unless he gets something free, then he has to twist it and meld it and figure it out. This is how bad his getting free stuff addiction is.
Oh, let's hear this.
Do you think I was just going to stop there? I wasn't. I was headed into the story. Yeah. So we're at the airport. Now, I got off the plane. I was sitting further to the front than him. So I got off
You were in
the...
first class and I was in coach. You could say, I don't care. I tried to upgrade. They wouldn't let me upgrade even
Well,
with
I
miles.
bought the flight. You should have got the flight. Well, I said when we were buying the flight, just get first class. And you were like, no, I'm not doing it. I
tried to get
use money
upgraded.
and miles.
Why don't we say what we went through first with the delays?
Nobody cares. We had some delays. So,
Okay, go ahead. We had a run in Houston from Terminal C to E, which
well,
is
we got
like
put
2
on
miles.
another flight, which originally we were on a nonstop, obviously, to Vegas. We're on our way to Skankfest. So only one of us really wants to go. Only one of us really cares about getting there. And anyway, so our first flight, the first flight we had was delayed by like 6 hours.
4 hours.
Oh, 4 hours.
12 o'clock at night. From 8 o'clock at night to 12 o'clock.
So then Rich got us on an earlier flight,
6 o'clock.
but it has one stop. Then we go to get on that flight, and
That's delayed.
That's delayed. So now we only had a very short window to make the other flight anyway. So now we're thinking we're not going to make it. We're going to have to get a hotel in Houston.
But I ran from Terminal C to E, and right when I got about 100 yards away, my back of my legs started cramping. It was the most painful thing on the planet. When the muscles cramp, I don't know what that's from, but it hurts. And I come limping in, and they're all looking at me, and one lady keeps going, yeah, I know that hurts. I know it hurts. I feel it.
The other aged lady. So then we got that. That's the thing about flying is you think, oh, I'm not going to make my connection.
They
but
held the plane.
the second flight, then the second flight was delayed much longer than us. There was some other issue. Remember, they had a fueling issue. So we sat on the runway for over an hour.
Couldn't find a gas tank.
Anyway, just know that if you've got a connection, that second flight will also probably be delayed, and you'll make it. So,
I love when you give airplane tips.
yeah. And then, so when we get off the plane, I just get off and start walking towards
here we
baggage.
go. I know the story.
Do you want to tell it?
No, you tell it. Go ahead.
So I just moseying. Maybe he'll catch up. I don't know. I'm just moseying.
Nowhere to be found, but go ahead.
No, I know. We're both going. We're in the airport. I'm not going to get in a fucking Uber and go to the hotel without you. So then I realize, we have to take a train to baggage. So when I get to the train, I go, oh, okay. So I call him and he goes, you just left without me? He's mad. He's angry. I said, I didn't realize it would be an issue. I'm sorry. I just was walking towards baggage claim, And what?
You hold these things. Go ahead, tell the story. I'm thinking.
I'm not holding it in. I'm saying this is part of Rich's pathology.
Go ahead.
So then I'm waiting. First of all, he yelled at me. He yelled at me to the point, I swear to God, a security guy goes, hey. I turn and look at him. He goes, I'm still on the phone. He goes, everything okay? I swear to God that happened. I swear to God that happened. I go, I'm sorry. I just went to the thing. And the guy goes, I'm fine.
Oh,
Is that hilarious? That's a real story. That really happened. I'm
all
just
of a
saying
sudden,
that.
just out of nowhere, a security guy is there.
Yes. I was like, what? I was even thinking, like, what was I doing? I wasn't crying I just was like, I'm sorry. Listen, I didn't mean to. I was like, had to be very apologetic because you were quite amped up.
Go ahead.
So then I'm waiting. I think, he's gone to the wrong place, or maybe he got on the train. He didn't realize, and somehow I missed seeing him. And so I call him. He goes, I'm coming.
No.
Yes. You said I'm almost there.
Oh, yeah. I was almost there.
It's still short with me. Still obviously upset that I'd left him. When he gets to me, I said, what took so long? That was weird. He goes, no, I don't know. I had to go to the bathroom. It's not a big deal. But then I see that he's got a bag in his hand. He doesn't bring it up when I say what took so long, neither on the phone or in person. I look at the bag. I go, wait. I go, did you stop and get something to eat? He goes, I got a sandwich. But he's mad at me. But he can't believe, like, yes, I got a sandwich. I go, but you were mad at me for leaving, but then you just went ahead and got a sandwich. Like, I'm not mad about it, but do you see that that's odd behavior? But here's the truth of what happened. He got mad at me, then realized that he had a voucher. Okay. He had a voucher.
A train at school.
Just don't worry about it. She was late.
Again?
Mm-hmm. He had a voucher for a sandwich because of our delayed flights.
Yeah, but it ran
and
out.
After it did?
It would run out if I didn't use it.
Right. Okay. So he got mad at me. Then goes, oh, I have this voucher. I have to use it. So at that point, he could have called me and said, hey, I'm going to get a sandwich. Do you want anything?
And I was
Whatever.
scared you would yell, don't get one, hurry up. And that's
yes. So he knew, because he'd already gotten mad at me for leaving, that now he can't take an extra 25 minutes. That would be rude. He knows that deep down in his heart. So he doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything. He's like, I'm just going to try to get away with this. And maintained anger. And then when I said, don't you find that strange that you did that? Now I'm starting trouble. I'm some kind, why would I poke at him? And I'm always doing this. When really the whole thing started because A, he got mad at me. B, he stopped for...
Don't say 25 minutes. It took 5 minutes.
It took you quite a while to get to
Well, they get off the plane because I was further back than you.
But,
so
but I waited at that thing for 25 minutes.
No possible way. I looked at the time, maybe 15.
From when I called you, go look at the call logs. And because then there was another call where he said, I'm coming.
Yeah.
So you can check it if you want to.
It would be on your phone, not mine. You called me and then I called you.
So that's a good indication. He couldn't just bypass, even though he didn't need to eat. It was
I brought it back to the hotel.
Midnight.
I brought it back.
He needed that free. He couldn't leave the airport without his free food. And even if that meant getting into a fight with his wife, even if that meant not asking her for something, all of that stuff, it had to go out the window because he just had to get the free thing.
You had one too, you know.
I know, but I don't have a weirdness with, I don't have an addiction to free stuff. So it didn't even, I wasn't hungry, so it didn't occur to me.
So what are you saying? I was wrong?
I'm saying the whole thing was a little weird, and
I'm sorry.
And
I
lightly,
apologize.
I will say this, lightly abusive. To be mad at me for leaving, yes, and then because when I was saying, because you kept acting like I was mad at you for getting a sandwich, which I wasn't. I kept saying, don't you think it's weird to get a sandwich, not ask me for it, to be mad at me, like the things that you get mad at, you'll just go ahead and do. It's like if somebody else does what they want, you get mad. If you do what you want, then it's perfectly fine. That's what I was trying to show you in that situation. And you just kept going, still leave me alone, leave me alone. That's what you do when I try to push you to just see your part in it. You get so angry. You go, no, leave me alone. I can't take it anymore. And you go, okay, all right.
First of all, I don't do that with my hand.
You do. I'm going to take a video of you next time. You get very upset because you've already planted this little fantasy of how it's going to go. And
there was no
it's
fantasy.
Not the way that you thought you were getting away with something.
No, I wasn't.
And so then when you're painted into a corner where you might be wrong. But here's the thing.
I think
an hour later.
I think you just say pushed into a corner, and I painted. I don't like that saying. Go ahead.
Pushed into a corner. And this happens in every single fight. Every single one. An hour later, sometimes it's the next day, depending how late it is that we've fought, you'll call and say, hey, I'm sorry. Maybe I was this, or maybe I shouldn't have done that, or we shouldn't fight, or whatever.
Yeah,
but why don't you do it in the moment? I'm not yelling. I'm not fighting. I'm just saying, hey, can you please just look at how weird this is that you did that? And instead of go, oh yeah, it is a little, I shouldn't have done that, or that's a little selfish of me. Whatever the thing is, why don't you just in that moment, instead of having to have a huge fight, getting really angry, letting your emotions take over, and then coming around and saying, oh, I guess that was wrong, and being sweet and acting like, well, that should just be over then. But I shouldn't have to go through that part of it.
Should I go give my side of the story, how I saw things?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, you didn't at the time. Who knows what you really think? You just get
all right.
heated.
So anytime we travel, we wait for each other and just walk. For one, I thought you didn't know where you were going, which I'm sure you had to ask somebody how to get to wherever you were going. So I know where
how would I, Rich? I travel by myself all the. How am I getting around?
You didn't know where the United Lounge was when you left, and I had to tell you. So I do help you a lot of times. Is that true or not? Sometimes
I did look it up on my app, and it just tells you go. I didn't.
You called and said
I
where she
called
was.
while I was looking for the thing. I followed the sign, and
And
then I
gave-
lost track of it. And then when I was talking to you, I said, because I left Sunday morning, and Rich left Sunday night, and so I'm at the airport talking to you. And I said, I can't find the lounge. And then you explained to me where it was, which, of course, I didn't pay any attention because you go straight, then
Make a left.
But I don't know where going straight from or whatever.
No, you do. I said once you get up
So
the
I just said, oh, okay, thank you. And then when I got off the phone with you, I looked on my app. It says, it's by gate 31, and I went and got
Good. I'm glad you
up
made
to
it.
that. But I'm just
not
saying,
a good
like,
lounge. Not a good one.
But I'm just saying, like. Don't see that's a weird thing
No,
to take
well, I'm
credit
just okay.
for. Like
I'm
I
not
don't
taking
know.
credit. I'm
It's
trying to
his
make an
baggage
example.
Claim. Go that
Can I
way.
talk?
I
I'm
know,
making
but
an example.
You can't.
I'm using an example that we
No,
always
you
walk
can't.
together in the airport.
Okay, then don't denigrate me that I don't know where I'm going.
I'm not denigrating you.
I'm
I
not
thought-
sitting in the middle of an airport going, please, someone help me.
Well, first of all,
I get around.
No,
I know what I'm
no.
doing.
Okay,
It's
I don't want
silly.
to. I don't want to fight. I'm not fighting.
I know,
it.
but you
but
can
you
say
don't
I-
know a lot. You never been to the Vegas airport by yourself.
But Rich,
by
they're
yourself.
made for people who don't know the language can find their way around.
Okay. So I get off the plane. She's not there, and I'm going, wow. Why she take off on me? You know, maybe she thought because she's in first class, I'm in coach. She doesn't want anything to do with me, or
Well, I had to keep moving.
No, you
to
didn't.
Get off the plane.
you're right in first place. You get off and wait, but that's okay.
But I could have gotten off
But-
and waited, and then I thought,
yeah,
I
but
just
I would
want to keep
never-
moving because I
Okay,
had
right.
just sat for so
But
long.
I would never leave you behind.
Okay.
That's me.
All right.
I would always wait for you.
Okay.
So we're different.
Okay.
No
I would have
one's
never
right or
gotten a
wrong.
sandwich without asking if you wanted one.
So now I'm walking. I went to the bathroom. I had to, unbelievable. I was going to pee myself. I went to the bathroom. Then I'm walking past. I had this coupon, the voucher
No, first the call.
to call. I was a little upset you didn't wait. Yes, I was upset. Then I
Didn't try to control that at all.
I didn't scream or yell. I just go, I can't believe you didn't wait for me. I don't know where this security guard scenario came in. I don't think that. I think the security guard's in your head. Maybe someone said, hey, do you know where you're going or this and that? And she turned it into, oh, my God, the security guard's
Okay.
worried
Now
about
you're
it.
just fully calling me a liar.
No, I'm saying maybe you misrepresented or misinterpreted.
I thought it was odd as well, Rich, but
See,
it
it
did
is.
happen.
Okay. So as I'm walking, I go, well, I have this voucher, but it's late. Nothing's open. Nothing, it's going to run out. Not a big deal. I have tons of money in my pocket. But then I'm going past a sandwich place, Bagel, and I go, do you take these vouchers? They go, yeah. I go, why? I'm in a hurry. Da, da, da. I didn't know what to do. I go, just give me the quickest sandwich you have. And it was $15. They go, take a banana, right? So that'll be exactly what the voucher is, the sandwich and the banana. I go, good. And I'm rushing to get out. And the only reason I didn't say, do you want anything? Because one, I wanted to be quick. Two, I was scared if I told her I stopped, you would go, what? You would not be happy with me stopping. Three, to get something else, then I would have to give money.
I wouldn't have been happy with you stopping after you yelled at me for leaving you behind. Even though we were both going to the
here's the difference.
baggage claim.
Here's the difference. You're leaving me behind, and you're not going to agree, but I'll give you the difference. You leaving me behind was premeditated. Mine was on a whim. Just
we can be rude to each other on a whim. I got it.
no.
Okay, no. I
Don't turn it around. I'm just
it's
saying.
wonderful to know your list of hierarchy and rules because I honestly don't to this fucking day. You go, don't analyze me. You're not my psychologist or
Yes.
whatever. But there's no other way because the truth that comes out of your
Not on a
mouth is
whim.
not actually true. It's
What?
because you're not honest with yourself.
I am honest.
Because even this story you're twisting and turning it just slightly so that
I didn't twist or turn. That's exactly what happened in my head. Oh, quick, get a sandwich. Take it back to the hotel because you're going to be hungry. There's going to be no food. And
but that's not but do you understand? That's not the thing that upset me, right?
I know, because I didn't offer you something.
No, that's not the thing that upset me.
That I got upset with you and did almost the same thing.
Yes, close enough. Good.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Well, it won't happen again. I made a mistake. I apologize.
It's not it won't happen again. It doesn't matter. It's control your emotions because...
Oh, it's Keith Robinson. Should we take it?
No.
Come on, Keith. You don't want to put Keith on the pocket? How do I turn it off? I'll call him back.
Will you?
Yeah. I hope everything's okay. Do I hit decline like that? Oh, look. All right, so
I think honestly the trick of life for you that's going to make things so much better is you allow your anger to rise up so easily for any situation. It's just right there, always ready to go.
I'm going to try not to be so angry at times.
But why? There's no reason to yell at me. You can be irritated.
Okay, you're
right. You can be like, "Hey, you should have waited for me," and I'd be like, "Oh, sorry."
You're right.
And then you go, "Okay, well, I'll be there in a minute." And then when you stop and get a sandwich, it makes no difference. Nobody's upset. Nobody's mad. Nobody's on edge already. Like, oh,
you would have been mad if I stopped.
No, that's not true.
I'm
irritated. It's different.
Before.
No, Rich, we had to wait for our bags. That's my whole point. We go ahead and get hey, I'm going to get a sandwich. Okay, I'm going to get on the train. I'll meet you at the bags. It wouldn't have been an issue. Get me a water.
I did have a water for you.
Do you understand? Okay, that's defending what you did or did not do. That's not the story that we're doing right now. The story we're doing right now is control your emotions. That way, life can be so much fucking better.
Don't curse.
But also, it's a weird thing with you and with everyone, really, is that when you're in a conversation that you don't want to have, or a situation that you don't want to be in, or when things are not being catered to you, you get angry.
That's not true.
I see it a lot.
You're saying, so if I'm somewhere and there's a bunch of comics and they're having conversation and it's not about me, I'm angry about it?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you prefer it when it's about you.
No,
as we do. No, I mean, some people prefer it more than others. I'm saying there is a thing in you that if someone's not catering, it's like when you go to a restaurant. If someone's within minutes, even if you're not in a hurry, even if you're not hungry, you don't look around and go, this person who's our waiter has to deal with all these people. You go, where is she? Where's our waiter? Now, everybody does it, but you have a thing where you never give the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, that's not true, because you're saying every time I do it, which I don't. So that means sometimes I'm given the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
So
I feel like
sometimes, yes. Sometimes
you take life very personally.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. You're right.
Yeah, but life is so much better, and so like, let's say you're stuck in the airport. You're there. There's nothing you do, so go enjoy your time in the airport.
But here's the difference. And it's how it is. I fly 10 times more than you, so I deal with it 10 times more.
Yes, but then even more so, don't you think? Even more so than you have to.
I just don't like the man taking advantage of. There's nothing you could do.
Well, then don't think about it like that.
Well, there's nothing you could do.
Think about that everything is happening the way that it's supposed to happen.
You're right. 90%.
You don't know what's going on underneath. You don't know that. You don't want flights to go if there's some kind of issue.
True, but sometimes.
I get that you want to go where you're going. You want it to be easy
As smooth
and
as-
problem free. Right. So when it's easy and problem free,
It's
then
great.
show appreciation for
I
those
do.
moments. When it's not easy and problem free, go take that time to get a smoothie, get your steps in, make a phone call that you want.
You're saying be you. You're saying be you.
I'm not saying be me. I'm
'Cause
saying
that's everything you would do.
I'm saying I do try to find ways to enjoy my life, even if I'm not in the exact
So do I.
situation that I
I
want to
go-
be in.
some-
If someone's talking to me that I don't feel like talking to, I then go, I can't get out of this situation. So let me just find something interesting about this person and let me ask them a bunch of questions about themselves that I can now be interested in. Okay. I don't just go, I'm going to be mean to this person so they stop talking to me. Do you know what I'm saying? It's
I'm
like-
not. So you're saying I'm mean to people I don't want to talk to? That's not true. You're insinuating.
I'm saying you
everybody
take
has
it as a
different
personal
mechanisms.
affront if
Everybody
somebody
has-
talks to you that you don't want to talk to.
That's not true. I don't take. Everybody has different mechanisms.
If
and way
somebody
to
in
deal with it.
somebody sitting next to you started talking to you,
Where I usually talk. I was talking to the guy on the plane as we were going to Houston. He was in the seat, and we had to talk until we took off. I was very nice and like.
do you know one time this guy I was sitting next to, he started talking to me when I sat down. He was asking me some questions about something and I was answering him, and I wasn't thrilled about doing it, but I was like polite and nice. And then he goes, I'm going to read my book now for the rest of the flight. And I thought that it was like slightly jarring because he'd started the conversation. But then I was like, great. Like I loved that because I was like, okay.
He was
good.
blaming you for the conversation he started.
I don't think he was blaming me. He was just, you probably had Asperger's or something. He was like saying like, this conversation is over, which I was like, it made me feel like at first it made me feel something, but then I was like relief because now I didn't have to do any more work with it.
I've told the story, but I was in first class once. I mean, many times, but one time I was in first class. This guy next to me took off his shoes or sandals and was picking his toenails. And I said to him, I go, you have to stop that. This is first class. You cannot sit here. And he went, okay. And I didn't say it, but I wanted to say it.
That's pretty good. That's good to have boundaries. I don't think that's wrong.
Well, I said that one, but the other day flying home from Vegas, I didn't say it, but the guy in the middle seat was a bigger guy, and his body was in my space. And, I'm not going to say, I wanted to say, hey, listen,
But there's nothing you can do in that situation.
Well,
you can't suddenly lose weight.
he could sit different.
No.
I know.
I mean, you got to just accept that.
I know.
It's upsetting, but
It's upsetting that I'm losing my space because he doesn't know when to stop eating
yeah, but you can
cheesecake.
think about it that like
There's no
you're
way-
lucky that you're small enough that you can scooch over in that situation. What if you were also that big? Then it
Then
would
I
be a
would-
real problem.
Then we would be Siamese passengers.
I'm just saying it's like every single thing you can switch around in your head.
I had a blast at Skankfest. One, and the reason I did have so much fun, because I did my shows, and I got out of there. I detached from when I could detach from the festival. Like I played golf a couple days, worked out, and instead, I hung out when I had to be there, and it was great seeing people. TJ Miller's, he's the nicest guy on the planet. He's so fun. So, because there is a lot of pot smoking and drinking and cigarettes, and that's what it is. That's what they do. I don't do it. So I try to detach. Even there's a cigar tent. I went in there for a minute or two, but everybody's smoking cigars. So, I didn't hang in the green room like I did before. One night I sat there. You were talking to, I don't know who it was, and then I was
Maddie?
No, I was sitting next to that girl. I think her name's
Sarah Weincheck?
yeah. Her and another girl that was new, and they were fun. We were laughing, and you were talking.
Oh, I
to
don't know
someone.
that other girl.
Yeah, she's like a newer
From LA,
comic.
yeah.
She's a new. No, well, she lives in
Austin.
Austin, and LA. She works at. I know it doesn't matter, but they were nice, and that's the only time I really sat in the green room. Did the show. The shows. Every show was great, and luckily I get to host most of the shows I'm on, except for the podcasts and TJ Miller's show, and so that means I could either do crowd work or mix up material. And if I forgot to do something, I could come back and do that. And all of them went well. One show, I was having so much fun. I'm on stage and Norton calls me he goes, wrap it up, right? It was kind of funny. He's going, hey, come on, let's go. It's getting late. So
you were on stage?
I was in the between acts, but I
noticed that too. I was like, oh God.
I don't know.
It's like getting ready to go on, and then you're just waiting and waiting and waiting for you to do some.
But I'm carrying the show like a good MC does when there's that many people on the show.
Sometimes people just go, "Your next act."
Yeah, sometimes, but sometimes people. Here's how I look at it, and it's the Legend show that I host every year. So I look at it as it's my show with other comics because I'm the host every year. I saw DePaulo. It was so nice talking to him. He's so mellowed out. He's complimenting. It was good. He was killing on stage.
Really?
Yeah, and I haven't seen him in so long. And it still brings up so many good memories. I mean, we used to go to his barbecues and stuff. We had a good time. He had such a nice house. Patrice was there. Everybody was there back in the day. And so it was good seeing him. We did Bobby's podcast. It was originally myself, Bobby, Norton, and Keith, and it was so much fun. And then Bert Kreischer comes walking out, then Ari, and it was such. I mean, obviously, it was just everybody smashing each other, but it was a lot of fun.
Tell what Ari did.
No, maybe he doesn't want us to, and because Norton talked about it on the radio and he didn't bring it up, so it's not up to me to bring it up. But he's out of his mind. And the podcast, every show was great. The only negative thing I have is sleeping in that hotel was the loudest thing. There was a festival on Fremont Street or something. Bands, like these people are drunk.
Oh my God! It was literally like you were in a tent next to the band. Trying to sleep. I was like making videos of like this is how you go. I put my AirPods in and had binaural beats going, and the binaural beats started to sound like house music because that's how deep
that's how loud it was.
Yeah, like I mean, it was horrible to sleep, and then it started again at 9 a.m. The band started up at 9 a.m. Mm-hmm.
That early, like, it was insane. And the only thing I don't like is walking down that street coming home at night because it's like, it's insane. Everybody's trying to make money, do a scam. There's drummers, guitar. A girl must have been, she must have been 7 years
singing.
Old. 7 years old.
Her
her mother had her out there singing.
I saw a guy with his two daughters out there singing. They were really young.
Yeah, they're like 7 years, and it's like 1 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You got your kids singing to make money. Listen, everybody's not as fortunate as we are, so I don't know what they have to do.
But still,
it's
kind of crazy. And the things you see out there.
It's insane. It's insanity. I didn't gamble at all. I was there the whole weekend.
I went with Morgan Murphy and we dropped I think she did 150 or something. I did 100 and I lost it.
On quarter slots or dollar slots?
I have no idea even what they were.
You don't know what you were playing?
I just would hit max bet.
You're lucky you could have went to a $100 slot and done one bet or a $5 slot.
I don't think it was that much.
Wheel of Fortune?
It was like $350 a bet or something like that.
Was it Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah, I was on a Wheel of Fortune.
Did you get it? Wheel of Fortune?
I mean, a couple times I got the thing to spin, but
$25.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Maybe 36 once, something like that.
I didn't gamble at all. I played golf a couple days. Someone I was supposed to play golf with, I don't want to bring up his name. He was, my friend gets us set up at these private courses. It was going to be me, myself, his friend, and my friend one day. Then the next day, him, myself, and two of my friends. So one of my friends came from California.
Rich,
What?
you're doing a long story, right? You can only just see the top of your head.
Oh. Anyhow, one guy
Just
bailed.
look into the camera. Pretend you're doing
One-
Do you know where the camera is? Where's the camera? I can't believe whenever I go look up, you go like that. It's so weird. Just look into the camera.
My one friend blew it off, but he knew Thursday he wasn't going to play. So tell me Thursday. He tells me the night before. I was furious. So we played a couple days, worked out. All in all, it was a great time. I mean, we did Will You Bang 'Em. It had to be one of the better shows. Maddie Smith is so fucking fun. I mean, they all were. Lynn was funny. Morgan, Karen.
Karen was in top form. I thought.
Yeah, but so is
And then, but
Maddie.
you know, I agree with you about Maddie. I think she's a star. But all the guys were so good too.
Yeah.
Like every single
Jeff
comedian
died,
that we had on that show was like a really good comedian, except for the one guy who was.
Oh, he wasn't a comic. He was
No,
a
I didn't
TikTok-
know he wasn't a comic, but he was like a
TikTok guy.
like he was one of those guys that got famous kind of overnight on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, and he was nice. I didn't beat
Yeah.
him up. I didn't.
No, I thought everyone would give him nose just to but he didn't. He did well. It was fun.
It was such a good Would You Bang 'Em. We were funny in the beginning, and we never planned. We just go out. Next thing you know, we're hosting and carrying a show, and
Not like here, where we say nothing funny.
well, see, that's being negative. You're saying you're being negative.
Okay, sorry. I thought I was being funny.
Then we would be saying something funny. Then that would make no sense. If you thought you were saying something funny, saying
Well,
you don't say anything
I was
funny.
being self-deprecating
Okay.
for humor's purpose.
Well, anyhow, it was a great weekend. We had a lot of fun. We made it there on time. We flew home. I got the red eye. I had a lot of time to spare after my last show Sunday.
Some of these people are going to miss these lists, man. People are going to miss, when we're gone, you'll be like, I haven't heard someone just list their day in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I get it. I wasn't making lists just now. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
you were. You're like, we did this, we did that.
I'm just wrapping it up saying everything went well. It was a lot of fun.
It's like
I got to hang out with Norton. I went to a
It's like-
12-step meeting.
it's like the worst of small talk. That's what we should call this.
The worst of small
The
talk.
worst of small talk.
All right. Well, anyhow.
We don't ask you any questions. We just small talk ourselves to death.
Grunkdolfer. Oh, this is their competition. Well, listen, you're a good sport. Sorry about the sandwich.
I
will never
get it.
have
It's
it.
not about this. That's not what you should be sorry for.
Sorry I didn't inform you that I would be taking a little longer.
That's not.
Sorry I yelled at you and did the
Thank
same
you.
thing.
Thank
didn't
you.
really
Thank you
yell.
for. Sorry, I overreacted.
Yeah, okay, I overreacted.
Okay.
I didn't yell.
Yeah, because because this is the thing, you overreact, and then when you do any little thing wrong, then the other person gets an opportunity. If you don't overreact, you go, "Hey, I didn't get mad at you for that."
You underreact.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, you underreact. So I'm neutralizing the whatever. I have anxiety. Oh, they're coming to close our pool today. And Bonnie wanted to take one last sauna. Let's find out why the sauna didn't
It's
work
not a
last night.
sauna. It's
Oh, a
Hot tub.
jacuzzi. Hot tub. I took a sauna. Well, anyhow, listen, we're closing the pool. Winter's coming.
okay. Now he's doing a list of things we got to do today.
I'm going to go to Walmart and CVS and call AFTRA. I have a big day. And call Social Security. Some accountant, they're doing work for me, right? And they weren't charging me, right?
I would
don't
never
want-
listen to this podcast. I mean, I just wouldn't. Why would anyone listen to it? It's just so, like, you never get into it. It's so banal.
Well, I'm gonna get it. So
It's like,
he's
why do you think this is interesting?
he's doing
Would
work.
you listen to this?
Yes, he's doing
What
I'll
would
tell
why?
Can I give you the story and you'll tell me? the same?
Yes.
He's doing work for me from the PPP loan. And, they got me at
PPE, right?
No, PPP.
Oh, it's triple P?
Triple P. And he's doing other work. And I thanked him. And I said, well, if this costs anything, let me know. I thought he would just go, oh, no problem. But he goes, oh, I'll talk to the accounting department.
Oh, shit.
I talked myself into another debt. And our dog insurance and cat insurance is...
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Yourself?
Our,
I think that's why you think this is so interesting, because you're actually just doing you could just do this at home by yourself.
I am at home.
I mean, you don't need me. You just, in your room, turn on the Zoom and just talk to yourself. And I think it's gonna be wonderful for you.
I might do a couple podcasts at the end. I want to talk about what's going on around the world.
Okay.
Anyhow, this weekend I'll be in Myrtle Beach. Next weekend, Distress Factory, October 10th, 11th, and 12th. Go to richvoss.com. Also, Grunk Dolfer.
Enough with the Grunk Dolfer.
I don't know. They were nice to me.
Who cares? Are you that traumatized from your childhood that anyone who's even remotely nice to you? I got two T-shirts.
No, they were golf shirts and hats.
I got to push back a little on the Grunk Dolfer. It's like enough. It's like we've never, even the ads we get paid for, we don't go that deep into it.
Well, we didn't get paid. I did it out of my kindness of my heart. Have a lovely week. May God bless you. You are where you're at when you're supposed to be there. Remember that.
Something like that.
Yes. We're done. Adios.
Like done. My Wife Hates Me podcast. Hosted and created by Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane. Produced by Nick Collette. Find us wherever you get your podcasts.
This jackass Jew. Some people say that opposites attract, but this seems more like a suicide pact. He's totally sober, she's not that drunk. He's really old and she's got some spunk. He's totally holy as an asinine bomb, and she's just a little less dumb. She really hates him, it's really true. But somewhere deep down, she loves him too.